Get a look at that. 66 degrees. Feels like springtime out today. How's it going, folks? Tail up. Yeah, that's nicer. Yeah, they're having me come in for special projects right now. Doing a lot of moving around, closing down one or two of the call centers, getting everybody into the swing of things at the new one. Opened up a new building just around the corner from where our other two are at. It's a nightmare. Our IT rooms are trashed. We got computers stacked up on computers. Constantly machines being imaged on the bench. Stacks of ones that are already imaged from the annual enrollment period that were brought back in and wiped clean and reloaded that need to go somewhere. I'm sure they'll find a place for them. Yeah, it's pandemonium. It's controlled, organized pandemonium, but still pandemonium nonetheless. So, regards to naming the puppy. I appreciate the few of you that actually contributed a suggestion. I appreciate the fire out of it. The one, I forget the guy's name, but the one user there that told me to name him Chevy. I like that, but I just couldn't do it in the end. It was actually pretty good. My nephew piped up there and told me to call him Jermaine. I don't think so. I'm trying to acknowledge all of them. There was two more. I don't apologize, had one suggestion for me. I can't remember what that was. Of course, forgive me, I haven't looked at my YouTube all day long. I've been in the office. So, I don't have access to it there. But I don't remember all the names, but the Chevy one actually I kind of like that one. That was pretty good. But in the end, we're going to wind up naming him Bear. The main reason I'm going to name him Bear is because of the white that goes across his chest and down his arms, his front legs. Looks like it does on a bear. Plus he's got that big blonde chin hair that's going to make him look even more like a bear. So it kind of fits. Plus there's a way to twist that around and still stick to the culture that they've displayed on the forums for the AKC. Now this is my first bout with dealing with all that. I've never had a licensed purebred dog before. We've always had either just mutts that somebody gave us or we found, or the 5 that I've had have been rescues. Something I didn't address, and I didn't address it on purpose. Our Great Pyrenees, the white dog that I showed doing a ride along with me, we actually had to put her down. From what my wife was told when we went in to have it done, those dogs usually only live 8 to 10 years anyway. Belle was 14. Of course, she had her issues. She was blind in one eye. The eye was basically rotting away in her head. And that she did to herself, going up underneath our house, and there's these little squares of metal that hang off the frame, and she hit her eye, or hit her head right above her eye on those pointy squares, and took her eye out when she was still just a pup. We got her when she was 2 years old, and we've had her 12 years, so 14. But the whole 14 years we've had her, she's had a botched, basically they botched it when they spayed her. And it never did heal right. We took her back 3 times to try and get it sewn up or stitched up, or the one time they even basically just melted the skin together and nothing helped. It just never would heal because of the way they botched it to begin with. But between all those things and the fact that she couldn't get up, she got to where it takes her, well, it took her anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes just to stand up. When she did, she couldn't move very fast at all. This is just on the average. This wasn't every day. She had her good days and bad days just like everybody else. But the bad were far outnumbering the good. Plus, she would stand in the middle of the room and growl at Shadows. Not Shadow, my old dog. She would growl at nothing. There would be absolutely nothing there. And she'd be growling her full head off. Guy's smoking something. Semi-truck got smoke coming all out from underneath it, and he ain't even trying to get over. Almost bet he doesn't realize he's smoking. He's got to. That's ridiculous. I don't know if you guys can see that in the back behind me there or not, but kind of like chlorine smell in the air. I don't know what the heck, if it's from that semi or what's up. It was putting out the cloud, kind of like I did with this thing, but it looked like it was coming from 2 different places underneath that truck. Anyway, she got where she was snapping at people for nothing. just for being there. She snapped and bit me. She snapped and smacked my wife, my daughter. And it wasn't anything intentionally harmful, I'm sure. It was more of just a, hey, watch what you're doing kind of deal. But the screwed up thing is, half the time when she did that, there was nobody or nothing anywhere near her. So basically she was losing her mind. But kind of felt guilty trying to get her put down because, well, partly because we'd had her so long. But anyway, I've taken care of her. Took her for her, Mama took her for her ride in my truck because we couldn't get her Suburban to hold air in the tires. They just gave out. But she took her for a ride in this thing yesterday. Nice long ride out in the country, letting her see a whole bunch of different things, different animals, different smells. Took her and got her a nice big fat burger to eat for her last meal, and then took her and had her put to sleep. My wife was understandably upset about it. So last night was kind of an interesting evening at the house. And I am too. I mean, we've had that dog most of her life, all but 2 years of her life. And as it goes, she was a good dog. I didn't like the fact that she shed like crazy. She was a good dog, but we'll never own another one like her. Not while I've got anything to say about it anyway. But she shed everywhere. And it wasn't just a little tuft of hair here and there. I mean, it was like just great big gobs of fur you'd see just floating around all over the room, just at random. And the bad thing is you'd take her outside to brush her. And of course, she waits until she gets back in the house before she shakes. Comes back in the door and, oh yeah, it's nice in here. Fur flying everywhere. So, that made life interesting that way. Plus, when she did get wet, she was usually slinging mud everywhere. It stuck to her fur like crazy. And I'm not complaining. Overall, she was a good dog. But we had to love her because she drove us crazy. Especially me with that barking. She would bark constantly. And it wasn't because she just felt like barking and just went out there and did it. She could hear things that most people and most other dogs didn't. They got a really, really keen sense of hearing on those dogs. Another reason we'll just never own another one. Mama had her bout with the Great Pyrenees. That was it. No more. All done. Like I said, she's been a great dog up to the point that she started all this crazy stuff like growling at shadows, snapping at the other dogs, snapping at us. biting us when she snapped. I don't know if I ever told my wife about that part, but it only happened the one time, and I let her know real quick it was not appreciated. Instead of having 4 dogs, we now have 3. We got the Dachshund, my son's dog, which she's still claiming it. I think my son might just want to give up the idea of him having a dog because Mama's latched on to the Dachshund. Dachshund, the golden retriever, golden lab, I guess it is, that my brother-in-law had. Of course, my brother-in-law passed away not this past October a year ago. And we were not going to let his ex-wife and 3 grubbing sons that were just out to get everything they could get. Anything that they thought they could make any money off of, or that was worth any money at all. They were not sure where this left off at, but my ex-sister-in-law let it be known that she was going to try and take the dog that belonged to my brother-in-law while he was alive, that my son and daughter helped get for him, golden retriever, or golden lab. Anyway, sister-in-law tried to tell me she was going to take the dog. We told her, no the heck you're not. She tried to tell me, well, I've got 30 other dogs. So I told her, you got enough. You don't need this one too. But she's the type of person I will legitimately hate, because all they did was, as soon as he died, before he died, they didn't have a thing in the world to do with him. His sons did occasionally when they felt like coming around, just because they didn't have anything better to do, so they could see Dad. But aside from that, my brother-in-law never saw him, unless they wanted something, of course. Brother-in-law dies in the house that him and my mother-in-law lived in together. All of a sudden, is getting stormed, and them snatching up anything and everything that they could find that might be worth any money at all. We put locks on the doors so that when the time came, everybody was done grieving, he could go over and sort through the stuff as a family together and say, okay, you take this, we'll take that, blah, 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 divide it all up even. We didn't even really want much of anything of Mark's, my brother's. But they went in there like stormtroopers, snatching anything and everything they could snatch. There were some things that, well, basically, I will literally take the time to hate with her, when it comes to her. Because she's repeated brother-in-law's dog, the Golden Lab, is there. My daughter, the only one left at home out of the 5 kids, has told us that that's her dog, which I'm fine with. But there's one other problem. We've got a border collie. Smart dog. Entirely too smart for his own good in most cases. That border collie was bought for the kids. Nobody gives 2 minutes worth of time for the border collie. So what I intend to do when I get this German Shepherd, because I haven't picked him up yet, he's still at the breeders. This weekend will be 6 weeks. Not 100% on whether I want to pick him up and bring him home at 6 weeks or just let him stay there for 2 more weeks. Kind of thinking the guy might want to get his house back. That's why he's mentioned me several times. He mentioned me coming to get him this weekend, which either way I don't care. It'd be better to leave him there for the full 8 weeks, but I don't really think it'd be that detrimental bringing him home at 6. I've had dogs that I brought home 6 weeks before and they were fine. My first German Shepherd was that way. And I never had a problem out of it. But what I plan to do is when I start working with this German Shepherd, I'll bring the border collie out with him. Not because I want the border collie to act, or not because I want the shepherd to act like the border collie, because border collie's a spaz, serious spaz. I mean, he's got some of the deepest, almost human looking eyes you'll ever see on a dog. It's kind of freaky that way, but he's just a total spaz. And he's an adult dog. We've had him almost as long as we had, how long have we had him? Got Shadow, 2 months later got Bell. We've had him almost 10 years. Maybe a little over 10 years. So he's kind of up there too, but he's still just as springy and bouncy and acts as much like a puppy as he ever did. So I don't think he's even remotely close to time for him to go. That dog doesn't have anything wrong with him except his mind is just seriously crazy, and sometimes it's just hilarious watching him, but I don't think there's anything that would warrant him being put down at all. But actually, he's been run over twice. He got out, was chasing trucks, got hit by 2 of them same day. We thought he was dead. Just thought he was graveyard dead. And turned out, nope. He rolled right out of it, come running back over to the house. Oh, he was sore. He didn't die from it. They didn't even have any visible wounds. He just walked a little funny, and then a few days he's back to his same old self. Climbing the fence and getting out again. That's a heck of a climb. It's a 6-foot fence. Thank you guys for watching. You have a great day. I can't believe this. Look at that. 10 degrees cooler in Portland than it is in Nashville. That's just crazy. Still feels good though. That's why I got the windows down.